For the longest time, my OC Scorch was an SCR N-class mogul. These were mixed travel locomotives that were designed by Richard Monsell. During the First World War, kits of this class was assembled and built at the Royal Arsenal at Woolwich. By 1924, after World War I ended in 1918, these kits became available to purchase and were purchased out by companies such as the Metropolitan to build their 264 TK class. And it was this part about them that really fascinated me so much. And for a while, this class was my favorite. But recently, I've been on a Edward Thompson kick, reading about his locomotives and the book that Simon A.C. Martin wrote about him. And I started to become very fascinated with one class in particular designed by him, his 460 Mixed Traffic LNER B1, nicknamed Bongos, built between 1942 to 1952, the first ever class of locomotives under the LNER to be built with a two-cylinder layout. These locomotives were more cheap and economical to build and maintain, especially during the Second World War, as well as during the time when the LNER got the short end of the stick when it came to their budget and had to take up tactics to save money. Overall, the Thompson's origins were interesting and were the living epitome of a forward-thinking LNER, which is seen very clearly with the B1's design. And I think for what I just explained right now is why I love the B1s so much and why I've chosen it for my OC. Now that I've chosen his basis and why I've chosen it, I thought today I also would cover his history, and as I'm doing so, on the screen you'll see me speed painting him, ready to take off with a goods train. Now, I didn't record every single part of me drawing him because I forgot to press record on some parts of it, so in case you notice any cuts to certain shots, that's why I just forgot to record all of it. Anyhow, let's get into his history, shall we? Scorch was built in 1943 at Darlington Works as one of Thompson's B1s. During his time in the LNER, he would haul both passengers and freight. However, he preferred to take goods trains more than passengers, finding them to be a hassle to deal with, especially when they complained about his hunting effect when hauling them, something that the B1s had issues with. He also befriended an LNER Thompson 01, once a Great Central Railway Robinson AK LNER 04 named John, who he often spoke to and who often gave him a lot of guidance, teaching, and even educated him on the history of pre-grouping railways, how people of all kinds work, and overall anything that Scorch didn't understand. Scorch was one of the few to not bicker with rival locomotives from companies like the LMS regarding which engine was better, which service is better, and which mainline was better. He only, however, bickered with engines from rival companies when he encountered some of Stanier's Black Fives, who often provoke him by calling him a copycat or a knockoff of their design, basically calling him a bootleg version of them, as the B1 is considered the LNER equivalent of Stanier's Black Fives. Scorch at first took offense, but after some guidance from John, he stopped caring in later years and focused more on being hardworking. Scorch didn't quite understand the whole LNER and LMS rivalry being built during wartime, even when, at times, he saw or heard bickering between any LMS locomotives and his fellow LNER locomotives, even when British Railways came to be in 1948. He would eventually learn why during preservation upon asking John about it, who gained information on how competitions work, the territories both companies occupy, and how they competed for the speed record, and the overall philosophy that both companies had of each other. During the 60s under British Railways, Scorch was withdrawn, but was saved by owners of the Scorchland Railway. After purchase, he arrived on the railway, was repainted into LSR blue, and gained the number 8 on his capsides. Nowadays, he's seen handling mail trains and goods trains, as well as running a midnight mail service at night. Rarely he is seen pulling passengers, and only doing so in case of emergencies. And here's the artwork. Honestly, I'm quite proud of how it turned out, although I guess the second and third axle of the driving wheels could use some work, but I'm happy with it. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Cheerio!